Kia ora tātou. Welcome to the Town Hall on the most special day of the academic year, Graduation Day. Before we begin the official ceremony, I have a few announcements. Firstly, please now take a moment to turn off your cell phone. We are required to make you aware of the emergency exit procedures. In the event of an emergency, the ushers will assist you to the nearest exit, which are at the side and the rear of the hall. If at any time you need assistance, the ushers are on hand to help. The program you have outlines the ceremony. At the end of the ceremony, we sing the national anthem, first in Maori and then in English. The words are in the back of your program. The capping ceremony itself includes approximately 300 graduates. At least one of those is the very reason you have come today. Your graduate will be up on the big screen behind us, so you should have a great view regardless of where you're seated. We would appreciate you not leaving until the end of the ceremony. Shortly, the organ will play as our staff process in. Then we will hear the call of the karanga, welcoming graduates into the hall. Please stand for their entrance and remain standing until the council chair invites you to be seated. Following the ceremony, please join us for refreshments being served in the supper room. Finally, it is wonderful to have you with us. Enjoy this special time with Unitec.
E te maria, te iti, te rahi, kua rahiri mai, ki tēnei whare rangatira. Whakatau mai rā, I raro I ngā mihi mahana o Wairaka.
To everyone assembled here in this special building, I extend warm greetings on behalf of Unitec.
I hikoitia e ngā ākonga te hikoi o te mātoronga, ā I te rangi nei, ka horahia ake koto rātou ngai angitu tutukitanga.
To all graduates, diplomats and certificate recipients, you have all been on a journey of learning. Today we acknowledge and celebrate your success and achievements.
Kia kotahi ai tātou I raro I ngā harikoa. Mana hou ihi kei te utaina ki runga ngā ākonga katoa.
Let us all be united in sharing of excitement, jubilation, joy and happiness for all recipients.
Amine.
Kia ora tātou, please be seated.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia ora, talofa lava, ni hao, and welcome. Welcome especially to you awesome graduands and your equally awesome friends and family. To all our graduands, diplomats and certificate recipients, and to the families and friends who have supported them throughout their studies, it is our great pleasure to be with you here today to share in this very important moment in your life. This is the second year I've had the privilege of attending these ceremonies as a member of council, but it is the first year I've done it in women's clothing. I'm very conscious to be wearing the robes of the chair for whom I'm standing in today. I'm also very conscious this is the bit when you show your friends on video later, you're going to fast forward through. So I'll get right to it. It gives every one of us huge pleasure to be here today to celebrate your achievement. All of you who crossed the stage this afternoon, and do take your time, do enjoy your time on the stage. Now, if you feel like doing a little jig, do a little jig. We've had plenty of little jigs this morning that have been quite something. Take your time when you receive your certificate or your diploma and have that photograph taken. Soak it up. Unless you're in a band and I don't know about it, you're not going to get up here in a hurry again. Graduation is one of those rare moments in a busy life where you have the opportunity to take pause, to reflect and celebrate. So do that. Celebrate with your whānau, your classmates and your friends. But also take time to reflect. At some point, maybe when you're updating your LinkedIn status to say you have a diploma, take a quiet moment for yourself to really think about what that diploma, that certificate, that degree represents. Your hard work, your determination, and your sacrifices. You put your heart and mind into this, and this is a time to look back and consider how far you have come, the things you've achieved, the challenges you've met and overcome, and how much you have changed. It might not feel like it because education is one of those things that doesn't arrive in a truck and get dumped on your front lawn. It soaks in over time, incrementally. Every lesson, every book you read, every lecture you go to, every tutorial, every late night study session with your mates is how you learn. But each and every one of you is in possession of something now that you didn't have when you started out at your journey at Unitec a year ago, 2 years ago, or more. You're still the same person, but you've been rebooted, you've been upgraded, you've got extra RAM. You are a better version of you. But the last few years for you has not just been about sitting there and soaking this stuff up and participating and taking from Unitec, you've also contributed. And as a council member, I visit the campus about once a month. And it is dramatic, the difference when you're there and when you're not there. When you're not there, it's just paddocks and buildings. They're pretty beautiful paddocks, and the pūkekos are pretty cute. that it's just paddocks. When you are there, the place comes to life. It has a reason for being. You are that reason for being, and thank you for trusting Unitec with your education. Now, though, it's time to look ahead. You've just achieved a long-held goal that a little while ago might have seemed out of reach, over the horizon. And it's a goal, and maybe we'll take a moment to think about this, it's a goal that not everyone achieved. When you started out your qualification, there were more of you than there are now. Not everyone made it. You made it. The commitment that it took to get there was all-encompassing, touching on every aspect of your life. If you haven't already, now is the time to take that commitment and use it to set some new goals. While your time at Unitec might be over, it's important you don't consider this to be the end of your education. It's a cliche to say that learning never stops, but in today's age of constant change and disruption, there's definitely no sitting back and going, yep, tick in the box, got my qualification, I'm set. Because you're not set. You're ready to start. Technology, and this is something very close to my heart, is having a huge effect on the way we do things. And you will have seen in the media just last week that story that seems to come out every 6 months, the list of jobs that are going to be obsolete in 20 years because of technology. Even the idea of a job is becoming obsolete, where our parents or our grandparents might have been one thing, maybe even with one employer for their whole working life. Those days are over. I did some business last year with someone, and of course the first thing they did was look me up on LinkedIn. Now, you look them up on LinkedIn if you're going to do business, you look them up on Facebook if you want to do something else. He looked me up on LinkedIn and he said, you seem to do 7 things. There's 7 things that you've got listed as current occupations. How many of those do you actually do? And I said, well, I do all of them. And that seemed unusual to him because he's even older than me. But for you, now and in the near future, doing 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 things at the same time will not be unusual. And that's the world we're creating Unitec to be ready for. We've recognised that the way we do things needs to change to better meet the needs of the next generation of students and the businesses who will eventually employ them. Or maybe they won't get employed at all. Maybe they've got such good ideas in their heads, they won't need employment. Maybe they'll just do. So we're transforming the way we operate as well. For you, this has meant the opportunity to learn in new ways, to think and to do, giving you the skills to hit the ground running in your future workplace or in your current workplace, because one of the things we absolutely pride ourselves on is working alongside employers rather than being the thing you do before you get a job. There isn't an industry, business, or not-for-profit around the world that isn't affected by the revolutions taking place today. Some are coping well and finding the opportunities and innovations that such great change brings. Others are finding out the hard way that you evolve or die. Being successful for large companies and individuals alike is about being receptive and responsive to new ideas and demands, being flexible and working with people from different backgrounds, both culturally and educationally. All of us in the workforce are being asked all the time to do new things and work in new ways. And you, as a new graduate, are going to have to work hard to stay current. And I hate to say this, and I hope you don't ask for a refund afterwards, but some of what you've learnt at Unitec is already obsolete. There can be no other way. Once you've learnt something, you're learning about the past. You've got to keep learning about the present, prepare yourself for the future. This is just the beginning. It's important too to remember that change is not just something we prepare you for or you prepare yourself for. Change is something you make. By opting to study at Unitec, you made a conscious decision to make a change to your own life for the benefit of just not yourselves, but your family and your community. The key now is to keep the momentum going. I think I've made that point, haven't I? I've said it a few times. Have I made that point? You can nod. Yes. It's a speaking trick. You just speak to one person. Hello, how you doing? Congratulations. Congratulations again on meeting this really, really important milestone. I am humbled, I'm thrilled, I'm excited to be here, and it is not a patch on how you must be feeling today. I'd like now to introduce a very special guest who I hope with his story, both of his time at Unitec and what came before it and what came after it, will inspire you. Red Hinare is in his 40s. This is a fact. He's a Unitec grad, that's a fact. He's got a great wife and children, that's a fact. And he's completed a Bachelor of Social Practice. So far, so good. In his final year at Unitec, Red combined his new social work skills and his life experience to work on a project with teen dads. He wanted to help them fulfill their own potential while also contributing to their children's lives in a meaningful way. To help him complete this project, he received a Men's Health Trust Scholarship awarded to male health students towards improving men's health. That's the story, that's the bones, that's the facts. What came before it and what's come after it is, I think, both positive and completely inspirational. Please welcome Red Hinare.
Here we go. Kia ora whānau. Tēnei te mihi kia koutou I tēnei wā. Nā reira, ka nui te koa me ta hari ki te tūtaki a koutou. Kia ora. Awesome to see you, fellas. Cheers. My name's Red Hinare, and I've been given the absolute honour and privilege to stand on this stage today and give you a snippet of my journey as far as my entry back into education as an adult student. But before I sort of take you through all that, there are a few people that I need to acknowledge. I'd like to acknowledge firstly Dr. Rick Eade and Dr. Lee Mathias, as well as the Unitec Council for their continual work in making Unitec an institute that we can all be proud of. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the academic staff that are seated behind me. I personally have a huge debt of gratitude to owe to those staff members that helped me through my 4-year journey in education. And I trust all of you graduating here today feel the same way. So if we could, whānau, please give this academic staff a round of applause. Finally, and most importantly, I'd like to acknowledge you, the graduates, for all the hard work and effort that you've put into making this day your day, for making this day so special. But most importantly, I'd like to thank you people, the whānau, for holding everything together, especially those late nights when some of us were finishing, some of us starting and finishing assignments that were due the day after. I know how that feels, whānau, I know how that feels. You know, without you guys today, it wouldn't be possible. And so to our whānau, we thank you. We love you for your support, your understanding through times that were sometimes very testing and trying in our lives. So as I sat here and watched you guys walking into your seats, I sort of brought back flashbacks for me from last year. And I remember being sort of stood in that back room, you know, where you guys are standing and you're sort of standing there and ushered like sheep, you know, waiting to come out here, and you're sort of standing there for ages, waiting, what am I doing? You know, and it gave me a time to, that period gave me a time to reflect on my journey and on how far I came. At the age of 13, I met a young lady, and by the time I was 14, she was pregnant. And I was a father at 14. And my father decided at that time, well, young Māori boy, you're too clever for school now. So we're going to put you on a fishing boat And so I became a commercial fisherman at the age of 14, spending 6 weeks at a time on a boat bouncing up and down like this. And I did that for the next 15, 16, 17 years of my life. See, education wasn't a big thing in my house when we were kids. My father believed more in hard work. And the extracurricular activities that I was doing wasn't overly conducive to society either. So it was just another excuse for him to chuck me on a fishing boat, you know. But there sort of eventually came a time in my life where I had to make some changes. I had more children, met a lovely wife, and had more children. And so my wife said to me, who's out there today, by the way, why don't you go back to school? And my answer to her was, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I hadn't been to school for 26 years. And when I was at school, it was to eat someone else's lunch, play rugby, and keep an eye on those of the opposite gender. But being the good husband that I am, my wife decided that this was what was going to happen. So, so back to school I went. So I enrolled for the Bachelor of Social Practice, and I started off in foundation studies, you know, and I must say that I've been through some pretty scary times in my life, both on land and out at sea, but re-entering education was probably the scariest moment of my life. 26 years since I've been to school, and all of a sudden here I am with these 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds, just fresh out of school. And I tell you, I was scared. I was the most scared I've ever been in my life. So I went through foundation studies, and what foundation studies did for me, now Bridgepoint, it created some self-belief for me, and it sort of allowed me to realize that I could move on to the next stage of my life, which was to sit the bachelors. When I started to sit the bachelors, that was even more scarier than sitting the foundations, because now I was moving up another level, so I was even more scared than I was before. But as each semester passed and each paper passed and each year passed, I knew that was me. I was going to do this, I was going to succeed. And most importantly, it gave, for once in my life I suppose, it gave me a realization that my whānau could actually finally be proud of me. That my children could look at me and say, I want to be like my old man. And we have 4 children, 3 beautiful mokopuna. And my children, my young babies, are already talking about going to university. So that to me, I've succeeded. So standing up here this time last year definitely wasn't in the picture 5 years ago. However, there was nothing more rewarding. Hold on. Sorry, my wife's here. Being a father and a husband. There was nothing more rewarding than being a father and a husband. After that, of course, standing up here on stage. Kia ora, my love. To look out there when I walked up here to grab my tohu, to grab my degree, to look out there to see my children looking up at me, to see my wife looking up at me, it was the most, next to being a father and a husband, the most rewarding thing in my life. So I have this conversation today with the rangatahi that I work with. I work for an agency called Te Whānau Wai Pereira in West Auckland, and the beauty of that is that for a lot of the kids that I work with, they're walking down the same path that I kind of walked down. So we can have a conversation about how I was able to change my life, and for the dreams and aspirations that they have, so that they never give up on those dreams and those aspirations that they have. Because for some of our whānau, for some of our rangatahi, those dreams and aspirations is all they've got. So if they can hold on to those, how we put it, choice, mean, that's cool, you know? So I'm very proud to work for Te Whānau Wai Pereira because there is a very close working relationship between Waipareira and Unitec. For many staff members that work at Waipareira, they've graduated through Unitec and then moved on into Waipareira. So very proud to be associated with both organisations. So I guess my kōrero today, whānau, is an encouragement to today's graduates to continue bettering yourself and your whānau, to not let the achievements that you've gained today stop you from striving for better, to continue inspiring those around you. And I know for all of you sitting here, regardless of whether you receive a certificate, diploma, degree, master's, or doctorate, your thirst for knowledge will continue. And finally, I'd like to address our whānau, to tap into your potential, to never give up on your dreams and aspirations, because it's never too late to have a go at those things that you may find are unattainable. I urge you to find that spark and ignite it. To end, I'd like to once again congratulate you all, graduates, whānau. You deserve every accolade that you receive, and I trust for many of you, a well-deserved night with family and friends, and for some of you, probably a day off work tomorrow. Thank you very much for allowing me to share this time with you. I feel very humbled to be standing up here talking to you all. And I'd like to leave you with a quote from Mark Twain, an American author, which I feel is quite appropriate at this stage for me personally and for you, as it sort of ties in with my fishing days. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed with the things that you didn't do than the one thing that you did. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbour, catch the trade winds in your sail, explore, dream, discover. Thank you very much. Kia ora whānau.
E aku nui, e aku rahi, no mai, haere mai. Ki roto I tō tātou nei whakaruru hou mō te rā nei. He whakanuia e nei a tātou nei a konga. No reira, tēnā koutou, kia ora mai tātou katoa. Well, a very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you. My name's Rick Eade and I'm Unitec's Chief Executive. And firstly, my first job is to acknowledge our guest speaker. That was an amazingly humbling experience to be part of and an amazingly inspirational experience to be part of. Red, kia ora, thank you so much for that. And Red captured really nicely a theme that every one of our guest speakers across our 5 ceremonies yesterday and today have shared with you. And it's about dream big. It's about recognising that your decision to do what you've done over the last year or few years will have an impact way beyond just you and impact positively so many people around you. Be proud of that, but dream bigger. There's way more to come for you yet, and we're so proud of what you've achieved to date. To family, friends, whānau, loved ones, thank you for your support. And to the Unitec team, both at the front line and those behind the scenes who've supported you on your journey, thank you. So as Vaughan said, we're sort of getting to the bit now where you can sort of fast forward to where we get to the really important stuff, where you get to take your starring place on stage. But we've got a couple of formalities to do first. So could I please ask each and every one of you graduating today to stand up? Acting Chair of Council. It is my pleasure to advise you that all those standing before you today and those graduating in absentia have satisfied all of the criteria required for the qualifications that they are being awarded, and the Academic Board have so certified. The Unitec Council, in accordance with the Education Act 1989, may grant them the awards listed in the program. Kia ora. Thanks. You can sit down again now. We've done that bit. Now, as Vaughan said, this is your moment. Take your time as you come up on stage. To family, friends, whānau, loved ones, when you came into the auditorium, normally places like this are full of rules. They say, be quiet, don't take photos, don't cheer. Well, I'm here to tell you today that none of those rules apply. If you want to cheer, cheer. If you want to stamp your feet, stamp your feet. If you want to take a photo, take a photo. We've had hakas before, I'm sure we'll have haka again. Only one rule for you guys coming up on stage though, no selfies, guys? Might feel a bit cool, but just think of the person coming after you. Don't take away from their limelight. Do the selfies afterwards, that'd be great, thank you. And also health and safety warning, make sure your trip up the stage and your trip up the stairs and down the stairs is conducted in an upright fashion, please. Okay, on to the proceedings. So it's my great pleasure to welcome Dan Blanchon to the stage to start the reading. Kia ora.
We have senior scholars graduating today. The Senior Scholar Award is made to graduands of undergraduate degrees who consistently achieve exceptional grades during their course of study. A taonga will be presented as the student is called for the conferral of their degree. I have much pleasure in presenting to the Chief Executive the recipients of the Certificate in Animal Care. Daniel Bubb. Kaylee Wasney. I now present the recipients of the Certificate in Animal Management. Georgia Dennis. Paige Harvey. Courtney Ho. Michelle Schulroof. Hannah Wafer. I now present the recipients of the Certificate in Animal Management, Animal Clinical Care. Helen O'Neill. Sabrina Parsons. I now present the recipients of the Certificate in Animal Management, Canine Behaviour and Training. Devon Cooney Hardy. Devon is also receiving the Certificate in Animal Management. Hiromi Papesh. I now present the recipients of the Certificate in Animal Management, Captive Wild Animals. Caroline Ashley. Joshua Forrest. Georgia Giddens. Eden Hancock. Catherine Hodges. Mehana Joliffe. Tanya Ganez. Madison Lambourne. Ruth Morenhout. Kim Shotel. Kim is also receiving the Certificate in Animal Management. Chris Straighton. I now present the recipient of the Certificate in Animal Welfare Investigations, Sophie Pascoe. I now present the diplomates of the Diploma in Veterinary Nursing, Carolyn Arkstein-Wuda. Zoe Atkinson. Claire Bagnall. Lee Burrell. Tanya Farley. Rachel Gerard. Lynette Hecky. Amelia Hudson. Sarah Jagger. Stephen Jones. Rebecca Kent. Amanasi Kolibasoga. Anna Lum. Celovia Lameco. Sharon Laurie. Linda May. Jessica McLean. Melissa Murphy. Ashley Nind. Zuzana Ondesanova. Jotika Ram. Taylor Rolliston. Laurie Sanders. Sheridan Shaw. Renee Singh. Krista Stanley. Amber Stephen. Amy Stevens. Shruti Teki. Emma Thorne. Brittany Weatherly. Gina Webb. Rachel White. Chelsea Woodbridge. Jordan Wright. I now present to the Acting Council Chair the graduands for the Bachelor of Applied Science in Animal Management and Welfare. Jade Alexander. Natasha Boyd. I call on Graham Jones to present the taonga to the Senior Scholar, Stephanie Bruce. Charlotte Clark. Rhiannon Compston. Alicia Dixon. Angela Halliday. Amy Hu. Lauren Kerr. Hayley Lees. Emily Robson. Jasmine Sawyers Mullen. Nadia Stastavachis. Adele Tamapo. Erin Tanner. Sasha Van Duderward. Grace Waters. Molly Wilson. I now present the graduands for the Bachelor of Applied Science in Biodiversity Management. Hannah Dabb. Rachel Gibbons. Alistair Humphreys. Nadine Leddy. Kayla Nicholson. Nina Pivac. I I call on Graham Jones to present the taonga to our senior scholar, Trina Smith. Terry Todd. Crystal Walker. I invite Sue Emerson to read the next awards.
I have much pleasure in presenting to the Chief Executive the diplomates in the Diploma in Sport and Fitness, Shahid Akhmat. Jade Ferguson. Marcus Hoflich. Trishal Naidu. Chanel Stevens. Tremaine Tangamaka. Samisoni Tonu. Ofa Vave. I now present to the Acting Council Chair the graduates for the Bachelor of Sport Coaching. Carl Davids. Stephen Misselbrook. I now present the graduates for the Bachelor of Sport Management, Gregory Albao. Gareth Clark. Jordan Earl. Kane Fong Smith. Shane Hornby. Jake Hughes. Orland Laurencio. Finton Lawler. Anthony Salmon. Jordan Schofield. Adrian Southwick. Penelope Watson. I now present the graduates for the Bachelor of Sport, Physical Education. Manoj Abraham. Imran Ali. Ryan Casson. Leonola Kanatia Ofa. Anastasia Marnock. Danica Monga. Porpi Mula. Shira Posamani. James Smith. James Sword. Elijah Tamalo. Satiki Tamiafona. Benjamin Wheeler. Cass Whitley. I now present to the Chief Executive the recipients of the Certificate in Employment Skills. Liam Baker. David Beck. Thomas Benison. Joseph Callison. Adam Davis. Frida Fa'alongu. Ezekiel Hall. Conrad Yopo. Zachary Kerr. Adriana Mathis. Alexander Moyle. Amy Pickavance. I now present the recipients of the Certificate in Employment and Community Skills, Cosmo Adams. Jaru Iono Rapihana. Daniel Anderson. Jien Chai. Iraj Faraji Bakhtavari. Imogen Feria. Adam Holo Tafia. Mark Jones. David Kitty. Iselina Lim. Tuavali Mapusanga. Amazon Olsen. Yasmin Thompson. Ethan Rungy. Felicity Tiedemann. Maria Vaki. I now invite Dr. Hayo Renders to the podium to read the next awards.
I have great pleasure in presenting to the Acting Council Chair the graduates for the Bachelor of Teaching in Early Childhood Education. Rukhshana Ali. Florence Amosa. Alexandra Bourne. I now call on Robin Reid to present the taonga to our senior scholar, Sarah Cook. And senior scholar, Michelle Harding. Sarah Curtis. Leotau Feilo. Emma Fitzgerald. Elizabeth Gasparini. Excuse me, sorry. Lorena Guptill. Samantha Hack. Jennifer Holford. Marie Hatton. Bridie Jones. Tamsin Key. Winoa Kroneman. Olivia Maxwell. Jane McGill. Jasmine Mitchell. Yang Mu. Courtney Munn. Tse Ng. Lauren Nummy. Gregory Powell. Ranisa Khatun. Morgan Robson. Arti Shankar. Siali Singh. I invite Robin Reid to present the taonga to senior scholar Kelly Jameson. And senior scholar Ilse Sparks. Brittany Stevens. Jade Thane. Melissa Trainer. Laken Trim. Anastasia Fedovina. I now present to the Chief Executive the diplomates for the Graduate Diploma in Higher Education. Brett Andreasen. Keisa Kayina. I now present the recipient of the Postgraduate Certificate in Educational Leadership and Management, Jeanette Franks. I now present the diplomate of the Postgraduate Diploma in Education, Yue Liu. I now present to the Acting Council Chair the graduates for the Master of Education, with second-class honours, Leanne Turton. Bhavana Mehta. I now present the graduates for the Master of Educational Leadership and Management with first-class honours, Martin Wright. With second-class honours, Azel Abraham. With second-class honours, Keir Whip. With second-class honours, Chris Wood. Raisa Dada. Robin Eyre. Mary Rahiti. Warren Waitford. I now present to the Acting Council Chair the graduates for the Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Nicola Dunham. I will now read a brief synopsis of Nicola's thesis. The academic identity of students in early childhood field-based initial teacher education. The overall aim of this study, of this research, was to critically examine the nature and significance of academic identity for students in early childhood field-based initial teacher education in Aotearoa, New Zealand. To achieve this aim, questions were posed which explored how students experienced academic identity, the multiple identities of students, and their relationship to student academic identity, the multiple contexts of learning and their relationship to student academic identity, and finally, the significance of student academic identity. Congratulations. Stephen Marshall. Again, a brief synopsis of Stephen's study. From industry professional to academic leader, identity migration in New Zealand polytechnics. The study examined theories of identity focusing on how individuals construct and adapt their identities in changing circumstances. Acculturation to new working environments was explored using an immigrant metaphor. Findings demonstrated that academic immigrants do not identify with traditional notions of academic identity. Rather, they frame their understanding of being an academic through the filter of their previous professional identity. They are deeply socialized in their professional identity, and their loyalty lies with their discipline rather than with the institution. This enables them to operate in disciplined silos, which link strongly to professional values and practices, and which can provide validation for behaviors that result in disconnection and tension with the institution. Academic immigrant leaders who share these strong identity bonds with their staff can contribute to this siloed behavior by acting as gatekeepers and choosing to prioritize their staff and discipline over the needs of the institution. Congratulations. And finally, I wish to acknowledge all those graduating today in absentia.
Well, wasn't that fantastic? And heartiest congratulations to everybody graduating today. We know how hard it is that you've worked to achieve this. And there's a large number of you here today who I'm sure have been working and learning and studying at the same time, which takes it to another level of time and commitment, juggling family, juggling home life, juggling work life, juggling your study. And over the last few days, we've had a number of people in that category. We've also had a number of Unitec staff who have graduated with qualifications from Unitec, educating our own on that journey. But for our last two awardees, Steve and Nick, to have completed a PhD while working at the same time is an amazing contribution of energy and sweat, blood and tears. And I just want to offer, on behalf of all of the team at Unitec, our heartiest and warmest congratulations to both of you for that fantastic achievement. So we're almost there. You must be feeling pretty proud of yourselves right now. And there's a whole bunch of people up here on stage who are feeling very proud of you too. They've worked hard to help you, and it's moments like these that make it all worthwhile. So could I please ask my colleagues, the staff of Unitec, to stand and applaud our graduates of 2016. Thank you, team. And also in this room, in this auditorium, are a whole bunch of people who are very proud of you as well and who have also helped you very, very significantly on your learning journey. Your family, friends, whānau, loved ones. Why don't you stand up, turn around and face them and tell them what you think of that fabulous support. Go on. So in a moment, our student president will address you. We'll then have a karakia and the blessing of the food, then a short performance by our fabulous Unitec music students, and we'll conclude by standing and singing the national anthem. So without further ado, can I introduce to the stage Matalena O'Mara, Unitec's student president.
E ngā reo, e ngā mana, tēnā koutou katoa. Te whare e tu nei, te papa e tā koto nei, ka mihi atu koutou. E ngā maunga, e ngā awa, e ngā kārangaranga maha, tēnā koutou katoa. Talofa and welcome to the end of the graduation formalities. It's nearly time for you to head out with your friends and family, go and get a munch, maybe have a drink or a few, live in this moment. You made it, you survived, it's party time, and why not? Because you've earned it. But before you all go off and do that, let's take a moment to appreciate your journey and what you have achieved. Take a moment to look around the room, look for your family members, but be sure to smile and wave at all the strangers you see, for they too are here for the same reason you are, graduation. A day that many of you will have been thinking of since the very beginning, the day where you can celebrate your success. Before I continue, I would like to thank all the family and friends who have taken the time to be here today. Thank you for all of the support that you have given your graduate on their journey. Without your support, they may never reach this goal in acquiring a new skill. Each of you who sit before me made a choice to embark on the world of tertiary education, take on a new challenge, and do something different with your life. Like Michael Jackson said, I'm going to make a change. For once in my life, it's going to feel real good. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to make it right. For some of you, it may be because it was the right thing to do, and you could possibly be the first in your family. So for you, the pressure is still on. For others, it could well mean an upskill, a change in vocation, or a pay rise for a better means to provide. Or it could plain well be, well, it was just something to do. But whatever the reason, you made it. You survived the late nights cramming through an exam, the all-nighters trying to complete that assessment, not to mention all the time you've spent away from your loved ones. You made it, you did it. Take a look at the person to your left, and now to your right. Give them a high five. The next time you see them, they could be your colleague, or they might even be your boss. So remember to appreciate the friendships and the networks you have made along your journey. But most importantly, be proud of the name that you have made for yourself. In the words of Gandhi, be the change you want to see in the world. So go out there with all your passion and make your mark. Congratulations, autumn graduates of 2016. You guys rock!
Ko te manu kakai I te miro, nona te ngahere.
The bird that consumes the middleberry, his is the forest.
Ko te manu kakai I te mātoronga, nona te ao.
The bird that consumes knowledge, his is the world.
Ina kia kia manawanui, kia whai tono ngā tino wawata, tumanako hei oranga mō koto.
Be passionate, be committed to pursuing your dreams as sustenance for your future aspirations.
Ngā mihi rangatira katoa ki runga I a koto katoa. Kei tua o te pai, koto koto ngai ao.
Congratulations to you all. Your destiny is beyond the horizon.
Amine.
Blessing of food.
No mai ngā hua o Papa Tuanuku, o Ranganui ke te kai.
I welcome the food from Earth Mother and food baskets from Sky Father.
Whitiki kia ora.
Gifts bound together to sustain us all.
Haumi e, hui e, tai
tai
ki e.
Kaore kore ka pirangi au ki te tuku mihi atu ki te iho ai te ora, ara kia I o mātua kore. Nau I whakatoa I te mauri ora I tērā tangata e heipu nei. Ara ki te hunga mate kua whēturangi tia, moe mai, moe mai, moe mai rā. Ki te hunga ora kua ikapahi mai I raro I te huarahi o tēnei wā, tēnā tātou, tēnā tātou, tēnā tātou katoa. Kia ora everybody, we are students here from the music department. Allow me just to introduce ourselves. So we have Sunny here, who's currently doing his first year. I am finishing my second year, and then we have Kat, who's just graduated yesterday. We are here to sing you a few songs, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.
So for today, we will be doing two songs, and they're both original songs that we have written. And the first song that we're going to do is Freedom, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Transformed by the rain, yes, it poured right down and washed away all my shame. I've been transformed by the wind, yes, it blew right in and swept away the last of my dark days. Whatever you know about me, about who I was, I've been changed. My light was so far deep, but got pulled out from the dark. And if you're confused by how on earth I got here, I was changed one day, some way, somehow, and now I don't wanna give in. I got freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom from all of these chains. Freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom from all of these chains. Freedom. Not the same, been a change, I'm more better now. Finally moving on to better days. I'm fighting to live and living to fight. I'm bright as the day, it's too good for the night. Oh, I've given all I have. Yes, I've been transformed. Now I believe I have freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom from all of these chains. Freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom from all of these chains. Oh, ooh, freedom. Every passing day, all I passed away, finally made brand new. But I'm finally here to admit that I have been
you. And the last final song that we will be performing tonight is a song called Hero.
I may get weak, I can be fragile and quiet words can't speak. How I feel when I am down and I may need someone to depend on. I'm feeling low, but I won't let you know because everybody's trying to be a hero, but they're looking out for themselves and themselves alone. Because everybody's trying to be a hero. Ooh, royalties and fame for their own. But I'm on my feet, I'm on my feet. 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 Your days are over because greatness has begun. You can pull me down, but I'll keep rising like the sun. And yeah, I know there will be challenges in life, but if I pursue, I will continue to shine because everybody's trying to be a hero, but they're looking out for themselves and themselves alone. Because everybody's trying to be a hero. Ooh, royalties and fame for their own. But I'm on my feet, I'm on my feet. I'm on my feet, I'm on my feet. But I'm on my feet, I'm on my feet. I'm on my feet, I'm on my feet. Because everybody's trying to be a hero, but they're looking out for themselves and themselves alone.